This episode of the Stickers and Scuffs podcast with special guest Cory McAllister is presented in partnership with Two Speed Motorsports.
Two Speed Motorsports is a manufacturer and supplier of racing equipment headed by our guest for this episode, Cory McAllister.
What's nice about Two Speed Motorsports is that it's completely Canadian run and manufactured. The idea behind this was so they can completely control the quality of work completed. Two Speed is products designed by racers for racers.
Racing parts, shop tools, or apparel, they have you covered.
Pick up some of their jack stands, storage containers, spacers, roller caddies, spring cups, gear pots, storage carts, and adjustable body braces.
Two Speed Motorsports is available via Facebook or their website, www.twospeedmotorsports.com.
And we want to thank Cory McAllister and Two Speed Motorsports for supporting our podcast for the 2023 season.
Hi, this is Mario Andretti, and you're tuned into Cam, Graydon, and the team at Stickers and Scuffs podcast. They're true Canadian racing fans.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Stickers and Scuffs podcast. Cam K finally back with you, back home where I belong here. And why not have one of the most fun guys to watch out on the racetrack joining us, part of the OSS, part of Sunset Speedway, two things that we absolutely love. And man, he's kicking some ass so far this year in both of them, really. Cory McAllister is on the show. Cory, how are you?
Good, guys. Thanks for having me. Hey, happy to be here.
Well, we're excited, man. This is a big deal. We met. I met you back at Motorama when you were at the Two Speed Motorsports booth, and we signed a partnership right there for you to be on our shirts, and I think you're on the back.
Got to go around back there, yeah.
Got to go around back. So I don't really want to show my ass on camera. So we'll just take our word for it that you're on there. But how has business been going with Two Speed Motorsports? It looks like you guys are just on and upward, really.
Yeah, it's good. We got the product line that we wanted to get out for this season out. Don't think we haven't been building in the background because there's a lot coming up, but we're starting to look at surface plates and a whole bigger area of a shop setup, and it's pretty damn cool. Right now is my busiest time of year in millwrighting. Factories are shutting down. I got millwrights all over this province right now as we speak, working day shift, night shift, and everything else. So right now is the big focus is the millwrighting side of things, but yeah, we're not sleeping on the Two Speed Motorsports side of things.
It's super exciting as a fan and as a representative. We get to tout the Ontario Sportsman Series and to see kind of a marketing campaign like Two Speed Motorsports activate. There's no better way for a race-oriented company to activate than on a race car and with its main man behind the wheel. I mean, and out there, and like I said, you don't show up to finish second. You guys are hunting trophies and flags. So how does it, just kind of explain, if you can, Cory, just how it all ties together and just how that vibe works so well for you guys?
I think the biggest thing with our team with OSS is I've worked with the same guys now for 3 years. We got a lot of passion. We work in the shop. We try things. We win together. We lose together. You know, my crew was down at Delaware when we dropped a rod out of the up, and I said, "Did you know the rod was going to drop out, boys? You know, carry on. Let's drive on." And you know, we got a group of guys now that work so well together. We like to do a lot of our stuff in house. Brian Max really helped us out with the OSS car this year. Man is just a bundle of knowledge, and I can't respect him enough. We've tried some stuff. It did work. It didn't work. And, you know, we're 50-50 right now. We're Ricky Bobby in it. We are winning or we're coming home on the tow truck and we're having a pint in the beer garden. So what do you want to do, man? You either want to win or lose. I don't want to be second, third, fourth, fifth. Come on.
And we've got to ask which one it was, because the one thing I couldn't see from the infield was, what beer was it? Was it worth it? And do you want to do that again, but maybe on the victory lane side of things?
Well, you couldn't have asked for better people in the beer garden. You know, you had Billy Zardo's crew up there, bunch of great guys. Travis Burton hands through a pint. Well, that one went missing. Billy Zardo handed through another one, and that worked to get us off the track. And when you look underneath the car and you see the drive shafts out of it, the trailing arms out of it, everything's smashed or had shit. I remember I went to downshift coming into the corner because I couldn't slow up the car, and the shifters punched me in the knuckles. Might as well have a beer because the night's over.
Yeah,
it was a pretty brutal, and that's kind of been the season so far. As it's been, win, something bad happens, win, something bad's happened, but then you've got this new
rain.
car, or rain. Yes, we don't talk about that word, but you're also doing this while chasing a super stock championship out at Sunset Speedway, and the competition level there in a division that's 6, 7, 8 cars deep, all of a sudden it's still as difficult as it is to win in the OSS series. So how is that program going, and how is it helping the OSS program? Are they working well together?
I think so. I wish we didn't have so many overlap nights, but it is what it is. And but super stock, we've just tried things this year, and we're trying different things, and the team's just working together so well. And like, we went out first practice Saturday night trying something in the left front that it don't work. I'll tell you that. Don't try it. It didn't work. We almost wiped the car out in practice, but we've been digging all year. We've had some great help, you know. And the big thing is we want to do more stuff in house and just do it ourselves and live it and learn it and see how to go faster.
Nice. Our buddy Brandon Feeney's got Trevlin, the 2022 champ, joining him this week, and I asked as a fan question, the caliber of the field and the caliber of the cars, the refurbishment of the cars, and the young blood, people such as yourself coming into the series. My question to Kevin is, what's his assessment of the talent and the cars in the field? So I'll spin it to you, Cory, as a guy coming in there that's chasing flags and trophies. What's your assessment of the field in the OSS series? And maybe also we know Sunset, they come guns blazing, everybody that competes there too.
I'll tell you, man, I've raced for only since 2017, but I haven't had as much fun as I'm having right now, and it's all in the respect level. I haven't replaced a body panel on my car this year, and I'm a firm believer I'll race you the way you race me. Mm-hmm. And if I'm replacing a body, you're replacing a body, and that's just the kind of way I roll. And you know what? We haven't replaced a single body panel this year. It's been complete respect. Guys aren't driving over their hood pins. They're not driving through you. They're a great group in the pits. The management of the OSS, they need to give themselves a pat in the back, get right from the top to the bottom. They call us spade a spade. And I stand with them for that. You know, maybe sometimes I won't agree with their decisions, but that's my problem, not theirs. And at Sunset, man, Brian taught us, Sander taught us, they treat us like family. I got to go there whenever we're not racing. Some, you know, because Brian and Sander, Ben and Courtney, Mike Brown, all those guys, you know, it's the promoters and the management that control the racing at the end of the day.
Got that right.
And I think we've seen the the change that's been made at Sunset and how it's working. You have to promote because it is a hard, you're a businessman. You have to put expenses through to fund your operation. Racing is not cheap. It never will be cheap. The business side of it for you, what do you get out of seeing your company on so many race cars? You're out there on the BT Racing Bone Stocks for Phil Givens out there. You're out there on the LRR cars. You're out there routinely helping other racers. So what is it? And this is the big thing for Canadian businesses, Ontario businesses, that you get out of racing, because we really want to speak with somebody who's successful like yourself, who is such a big supporter of motorsports.
Big thing I look at, guys, honestly, it doesn't matter if you got a bone stock, you got a pro late model. In business, you treat the janitor the same as you treat your vice president. And I'll tell you, man, just because they're lower expenses, they're at the racetrack, they're supporting the stands, and they're putting on a great show. And overall topic, you look at some of the cars that we've been with. It's not a 1-year deal. We've been with them for 3, 4, 5 years. Phil Givens, he's one of my first guys, actually, bone stock racer, right? But he's out there winning races.
Yep.
My big thing is if we're going to support you, support us, and work on that race car and put her in victory lane.
Well said, man. I know this is something that Cam wants to touch on. You've got some big star power. You just said you were unloading the car from a shakedown run for a friend of ours. And Cam, why don't you let her rip, bud?
Yeah, I was really excited about this one because I've been pushing to try and get her back in the OSS series, and I think this whole thing happened like over social media yesterday morning, and you're going to put Amanda Balson, formerly Amanda Connolly, back in the OSS series in the 71 car. Not just her, but you're going to have some other potential drivers coming in with Two Speed Motorsports and OSS this year in a guest role. Talk about that and why you're going out and doing that.
There's a few different things that come up there. Number one, if anybody watched Amanda Balson's hot rod racing Saturday night, I've never seen somebody drive it so far into 3 as she did. I went up to give her a high five after. I'm like, holy cow. She's like, I had to do it. That's the only way I was going to make the pass. And, I was so proud of her for that. And very, very clean racer. If you watch her, somebody will be blocking her completely, where she should just drive through them, but she'll back out of it. And, and it seems like she's done so it's super good to see her win there. And then when I seen Kelly commenting on the Facebook post there that he was looking for a ride, I thought, okay. But like Rick Walt was going to go down and drive the car this weekend, right? But also Flamborough has the Gold Rush on. And the one thing at Two Speed Motorsports, there's a race somewhere, we want to support it. We got a pro late model sitting there. That pro late model is going to be at the Gold Rush this weekend. And so it's just a big thing. I'm super pumped to have Amanda drive it. I honestly think she's going to kick ass, to be 100% honest. I just drove that car. I just got out of the car like 15 minutes ago, and it's maybe the best car I've ever drove at Varney, to be honest.
Well, and that's surprising because you went out and you won at your home track, third start in the series. It's got to be rewarding to do that in front of your home crowd. And Varney, great. I can speak to this because Graydon just drove on that track for the first time in a fun stock. It's not a typical racetrack. It has a ton of personality. What's your favorite thing about that track, Cory?
I just absolutely love it. It's a driver's track. You don't need 10 million horsepower to get around it. You need to rotate the center. You need to know how to drive it. And if you drive it wrong, it'll correct your mistakes for you. It'll put you up in the center. It's not going to put you in the wall, but it's a driver's track. That Speedway and Peterborough Speedway, I'll tell you, if you're not up on the wheel, you're not up at the front.
And you were having one heck of a battle at Varney with Connor James. And man, you guys, I said this about Lane Zardo and Carson Nagy. I could watch those two race each other for hours. And it's the same with you and Connor, man. You guys are going back, forth, high, low, clean to the end. Herniak was in that battle as well towards the end. A great finish. And you guys are battling each other for the championship. It's got to be nice to be, like you said, driving with other drivers who are showing respect, and you guys aren't wrecking race cars.
Connor James is maybe the most guy I got the most respect for in racing right now, honestly. He could have drove through me at Varney. He could have drove through me at Sauble. And guess what? I'll respect that, and I'll repay that one day. Maybe I'll be able to drive through him one day, but I won't, because I'll drive people the way they drive me, and I got a ton of respect for the kid. And, nobody could say that he went out and dirted me up, because, like at Sauble, he was at our bumper. He was there. We were in lap traffic, and instead of destroying 2 race cars, Connor made a hell of a decision.
Obviously, heading to Peterborough, you're going to head to do your super stock race out at Sunset Speedway. And obviously, competition is tough. Johnny Morrison, been kind of the guy that you got to battle for the championship with. Not the only one out there. He had a tough last race. Rick's been in the car for you. Rick's won in the car for you. You got 2 championships that you can win this year. Would this be, and I'm not sure, would this be the first time that someone has won a championship in a weekly division and a touring series in the same season?
I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to give it a hell of a shot. I feel for Johnny too. Johnny had the weekend that I hope I don't have. We blew up, and hey, I have a hell of a lot of respect for Johnny as well. And we were down there. If he needed parts, I put a gear set in Colton Evernham's car this past weekend. We just want to see the race cars out in the track, and I want to see Johnny do well as well. Johnny had a weekend that nobody ever wants to see. He had ignition problems to start out with, and then he had steering arm issues, and I feel bad for the guy, right? But that's why we didn't bolt on tires this weekend, and we were saving tires. And the biggest thing is, really good friend of mine, me and Brian Toddish were talking about this on Saturday night, and I'm like, I don't know the solution to the problem, dude, but when your weekly guys every week show up and can only bolt on 1 tire if they want, and anybody can roll in the gate and put on 4 or 2 or what they call scuffs and 4, I'm like, it makes it tough. But you want to have more cars at the track. You want the guys that come to the track. It's super cool. This weekend, Carson Nagy's coming up. Last weekend, my buddy McFerrin was up. Chenoweth was up. Super cool. I want to run against those guys. If you open up the tire rule and you give everybody 4 tires, it makes it way too expensive. Nobody can afford to race. So where's the happy medium? I don't know, but you just got to have fun with it. We didn't put tires on last weekend. We knew we didn't have a car to win the feature, but we had a great points night. And sometimes when you're points racing, that's what you got to do.
Cory, talk about just, you guys are unveiling new products and activating them, and teams are activating them for you by posting all these awesome pictures, and you guys are leaving your mark on the motorsports industry. It just, talk about how gratifying that is. As a businessman, I am not in business for myself anymore. I kind of was defeated by the 2008 recession, but I got the utmost respect for hard-ass workers like you guys that just refuse to lose and just want to see the fruits of your labor.
Yeah, you can't do anything more than refuse to lose. It's a tough market. Some people, motorsports is a really tough one because everybody just wants everything sponsored to them and just given to them. And at the end of the day, you know what? It costs a ton for materials and everything else. And I wish I could help everybody out in the world, but
more than ever. I mean, metal is not cheap, right?
No, it's dirty expensive, and it's pretty cool. Things have worked out well. I can't say enough good things about Joe Chisholm. He's knocked the ball out of the park with the marketing and director of sales. He's out west right now. He's working out there. He's with the Pinty's team out west right now, and he's still digging. We got a dealer out west there, and he's meeting with them. And, when you get good people and you put a bunch of good things together, I think it all works hand in hand. Joe's out working 2-speed like crazy right now. The only thing on my mind is Caldecott Mill Rates and CM Precision because it's our busiest time of year. And, but, it all works out.
there's a lot of things to be proud of, obviously, for your businesses, for your race teams, drivers. You got even Jake Spencer-Walt running the Two Speed Motorsports, now going to go up into the mini stock division. And it is so rewarding. It's so nice to see a Canadian company that comes in, multiple Canadian companies that come in and that you are supporting motorsports like you are. And what would you say to a business that isn't involved in motorsports right now about what they could get out of it?
Well, I'm not going to mention no names, but we were just at a client there on Friday and we did a job for her I would have never met if it was for motorsports, right? So, getting people out, see your name, it does a lot of good for you, especially the amount of good people that are in the motorsports world too, as well. There's a lot of good people out there you can work with, and everybody's got a different critique or a different area. And it's pretty damn cool, to be honest.
That's definitely it. You've obviously got a lot of products that Two Speed Motorsports has available. What are they, and how can people find a way to purchase them?
Reach out to us on Facebook at Two Speed Motorsports, or check out our website, www.twospeedmotorsports.com, or reach out to Joe Chisholm. He'll get you hooked up.
Well, Graydon, this was one of the ones we were looking forward to because Cory's obviously got a massive amount of following, and he's one hell of a fun guy to have on our series. I love seeing what you've done, bringing in some familiar names. There's going to be some more surprises, I think, in the future, and come in and just have success and really give us the support, because I think for us in OSS, we are a brand new leadership group, and to have somebody who's been backing us and supporting us makes us strive to do even better. And I think we're heading in the right direction. To have people interested in the series is huge, and having those small businesses that we can promote is something we're really excited for. And obviously for you to help back us and be on our uniform this year, so we could proudly showcase Two Speed Motorsports. We're going to do an ad read for Two Speed Motorsports for this episode. And you know what, Cory, obviously you have a lot of partners that are on your race cars. Let's give you a moment to shout out those partners and thank them for all that they do to get you to the racetrack.
Right on. I'm running daddy daycare right now, so I got my boy. He's out here helping me too. But number one, I want to shout out the old Stomper Tom. I wore his shirt tonight because it's his birthday today.
Nice.
So Stomper, you owe me a beer for supporting you, eh? And then, our sponsors, we couldn't do it without them. Strike Energy Systems out of Durham. You need insulation done. Those are the guys only call. Epic Racewear, West Gray Auto Parts, Ilium Industries out of Allenford, Ontario, Coming Clean Laundry and Uniform, Nickel Insurance Brokers. Image Wraps CA has to replace way too much vinyl on our car, but they do a great job doing it. Two Speed Motorsports, Caldecott Millwrights, CM Precision, Elevated Workplace Safety, Dave's Auto Body out of Kenilworth. He fixes our panels for us. And anybody else I'm missing, I'm sorry, guys.
You're gonna have to thank Twisted Tea, right, as well. Gonna get that sponsorship deal out of that, right?
And I got one more guy to introduce you to. This is the next gen. This is my boy that's coming up in the junior lates. And he doesn't want to do it. He's shy. We'll have to do it another time, guys. So, but all good. You want to say hi, Pam?
We see that head bobbing around there.
Yeah.
So the future generation of McAllister in the junior late models worked out pretty well for you guys so far with your Two Speed Motorsports team. So when is he going to get going in junior lates?
He's going now. He's out practicing. We're practicing on Sundays at Barney, and I don't know if you guys are pulling that. He just wants me to put his race shirt on. Can I put it on pause for a second?
Yep.
You give me 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Come here, bud.
Oh, hi, this is Dave McAllister from Strike Energy number 71. And my dad and me are going on junior late. And we want the sport on top now. It's CB City Strut Energy number 71, Cory McAllister.
Yeah.
Dude,
All right.
that was awesome.
We're running Daddy Daycare tonight here too, guys. So it's been busy. We work, we
Yeah,
race.
yeah, we are buying a new hot tire, and we want to win some races.
Atta boy.
Are you going to win more races than Dad?
Yeah,
Great
Right
answer.
on, bud.
This is our crew chief. Kane's out with us every race, so it's super cool. He said, "Daddy, can I get in the interview?" I said, "Yeah, buddy, you can come in at the end."
Well,
Yeah, bud, you're welcome anytime. That's super cool.
We'll have to send the next generation a big sticker for his race car too.
You want a sticker?
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we'll get you a
super
couple
cool.
of stickers for the race car.
On the way. That's super cool, bud. Are you proud of Dad or what?
Yeah, we were doing some races, and my dad was on my car to do some junior late races.
Atta boy.
He should try and be in the junior late car, right? He should try and fit in one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can fit in one.
Well, Cory McAllister and the future of racing in the McAllister clan, thank you guys for joining us tonight on the Stickers and Scuffs podcast.
Thank you guys so much. And Cam and Graydon, I don't know if enough people give you appreciation. Thanks for what you guys are doing for the sport too, eh? That the promotion that you guys do with Stickers and Scuff, that's what gets all of our names out there and helps us with sponsorship and helps promote races. And I just want everybody to know we really appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate you guys more, really.
Yeah.
You give us something to promote. So.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are, from the businessman perspective to the race car driving, all of it, man. You guys are our heroes, and man, keep on trucking. It's good to see you guys making the most of all the opportunities with your business and the marketing on the race cars and going out there and chasing trophies, man. Keep it going.
Right on. Greatly appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, and I want to go racing and win a championship, a trophy.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, that's right, buddy. That's right.
You go get it, big fella.
All right. See you guys.
All right.
Take care, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.